Alright guys, trying something new for the blog. Gonna be bringing you more videos because sometimes it's easier for me to speak what's on my mind than type it, although I do love writing. Don't mind the birds in the back sitting out on my deck. Couple things on my mind. I got my notebook here in case more thoughts come to me. You have to believe, and I was explaining this to somebody the other day, in destiny, not coincidence. You know, I got my tattoo, my new tat, the Fear Nothing tat. I got that on Monday, I think it was April 9th. That same week on the 12th is when my knee got destroyed. Now you can look and say, oh yeah, that's coincidence. I look at it and say it was not coincidence. Okay, that tattoo that happened, that I had to get it that day, that week, was a sign for things to come, and the mindset I would have to bring into it. If you believe you're destined to be great, you will. We got in this conversation at a men's group this morning where somebody was trying to say, you know, the Almighty is the one who's responsible for everything that I do, blah, blah, blah. And that's great. I understand where he's coming from. But if you believe God is within you, okay, or whatever your belief is, then you are supposed to be great. You are destined to be great. And there's nothing wrong with saying that you're great and believing it and doing it. There was a clip they played at the meeting I was at this morning with Muhammad Ali saying how great he was, and some of the guys were saying they were turned off by that. Well, I loved it, okay? You know, here's somebody that wasn't afraid to do what he said he was going to do and to be great and use all his gifts. He was destined to be great. We're all destined to be great, all right? If you look at things as coincidence, you're missing all the signs and the road signs and the street signs along the way. I believe also that, you know, you can do whatever you set your mind to. Nothing is impossible. As I said last week with my knee, when I go into PT, I believe I can heal 5 times faster than a normal person. There's hardly even a scar on my knee anymore. And I know that with my history, you know, with injuries in the past, that outside scar is really indicative of what's going on the inside too. They're super healing. It's coming along. I'm 3 months ahead of where they thought I would be. I go back to my surgeon in a few weeks, and I'm going to have full flexion by then. He's probably going to faint. And getting back to what I was talking about how you're destined to be great, people around you, family, friends, colleagues, competitors, are going to be very turned off when you talk about the great things you're doing and when you actually do them, because most people never live up to their potential. Okay? And subconsciously, when people see that you're doing what you want to do in life and living it to the fullest, it upsets them because they never reach that place they want to go to. So you gotta be ready for the haters. Okay? Everywhere I go, there's haters, and most people aren't aware of them, but I'm aware of them. And you just got to give them a stiff arm, push them off to the side. Now also, what's on my mind, things at PT. This knee injury, I'm very grateful it happened. You got to ask for challenges in life. Okay, and you're going to get them. But challenges and failure is how you're going to grow. Well, in PT, I have the mindset, I've got to get into almost a vengeful or angry state when I go there. If I go in all happy and giddy, I make no progress. This is like my master right now. I learned a lot from this knee injury. It's taught me so much, and I'm going to be so grateful for the experience. Okay, it's the ultimate test in my life thus far. But at the same time, I hate it. I'm vengeful at it. This injury took away a lot from me. Took what's mine, and I'm going back after it to get it back. And I have that mindset. You know, excuse the language, but in my mind, I'm just saying, fuck it. I'm going to kick this thing in the face. I'm going to keep kicking it and kicking it and kicking it until I get back what's mine and then some. And my buddy Tommy, the PT, that's helped me, he keeps saying, you're going to come back stronger because you have that mindset now. This was taken from you. And now you got to go back and get it back and then some. You got to be angry at it. So you learn from it, okay? But at the same time, you got to be pissed at it, man. If you go in there giddy and you're trying to get better, whatever you're trying to do, Not always going to work. Just different times for different mindsets. But the progress I'm making, I go in there and I'm angry that things was taken away from me. Although, at the same time, on the other side of that coin, I'm grateful for this. So if you can understand where I'm coming from there. Last thought of the day, guys. I'll leave you with this. I met with some people yesterday, and I'm a phys ed teacher as well. And I'm not going to say where this person works or what exactly they do, but they were talking about how every kid has got to win. There can be no elimination games. And that's just teaching the kids really how to be pansies. I don't teach the kids that when I teach phys ed. I don't teach the guys that at the gym. I want them to compete. Everything in life is a competition. When you're going out to try to meet your dream girl or find that job that you want or start your business, it's a competition. You're not all going to win. Okay? Yes, you're going to get along with people. But I think that America's doing a great disservice the way it's going with trying to teach kids that there's no second place. Everybody wins. Everybody participates. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's not real life. And I teach my kids at school, and I only teach K to 4. They got the young kids. I teach them you should always, always, always want to win. Now, that doesn't mean poor sportsmanship. That doesn't mean you are always going to win. Nobody ever always wins. Floyd Mayweather is the exception, but he's ducking Pacquiao, so we'll leave that alone. But you should always have that desire to be the best. Okay, and that goes back to what I was talking about before. Do not contribute to making pansies out of these kids today. To recap, you got to learn from everything. You got to believe in destiny. Sometimes you got to let the anger out, and you got to believe you're great. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. Take that, chew it up, guys, put it to action. I'll be back next week for some more.